Chargers camp, defense dominates behind standout performance from unlikely source. San Diego, the Los Angeles Chargers conducted their first padded practice of training camp Tuesday at the University of San Diego's Torero field. Quarterback Justin Herbert and the Chargers' offense started fast in 7-on-7. Safety Derwin James Jr. and the Chargers' defense then regained the upper hand in 11-on-11, particularly at the line of scrimmage in run defense and pass rush. Advertisement Herbert carved up the Chargers' secondary in the red zone's 7-on-7 period.
Wet boots ruining your mornings? This silent, fanless dryer gently dries boots, shoes, and gloves overnight while helping reduce damp odors, so your gear is ready when you are. Want to get the best verified deal and see full details? Visit grabdeal.us/4 right now.
He completed his first 6 passes and was pinpoint accurate when throwing over the middle of the field. He hit receiver Quentin Johnston on a dig route. He executed a timing throw to receiver Ladd McConkey over the middle. He went back to Johnston on an out route near the sideline. Then Herbert found McConkey for a 25-yard touchdown up the seam. Bangers only pick. Twitter. com/MTBDZW1JRZ Los Angeles Chargers at Chargers. August 4, 2026, Herbert had 2 reps later in the 7-on-7 period. He connected with Johnston on a 12-yard touchdown. He then converted a 3rd down on a completion to tight end Oran Gadsden near the right sideline. James was closing in on Gadsden, but Herbert fired a fastball to beat the coverage. The momentum of practice changed decisively when the Chargers transitioned into 11-on-11 and the offensive linemen and defensive line entered team drills. The first-team offense started against the first-team defense. On the opening play, James got home for a sack. On the second play, linebacker Denzel Perriman shot a gap and tagged off running back Amarian Hampton on an outside pitch. The Chargers' defense then tallied 2 more sacks on the final 2 plays, one from defensive lineman T.R. Tart and one from Perriman. For the next period of 11-on-11, the first-team offense faced the second-team defense, while the first-team defense faced the second-team offense. Hampton found some room on a pitch to the outside left on the first play of that series. Herbert also converted a 3rd down on a completion over the middle to receiver Tree Harris. The offense, though, faltered late in this series. Herbert threw high over the middle while looking for tight end David Njoku. On the next snap, Herbert attempted another throw over the middle to Harris. Safety Kendall Williamson jumped the pass and picked the ball off, ripping it away from Harris. Advertisement Williamson was a key special teams player for the Chargers last season and is now fighting for a roster spot in a crowded safety room. The Chargers' first-team defense then produced another dominant period against the second-team offense. Linebacker Dayan Henley blew up a carry from running back Kamani Vittle. Safety Tony Jefferson created pressure on quarterback Trey Lance. Edge rusher Bud Dupree sniffed out a screen pass and forced a throw in the dirt. Then rookie edge rusher Akeem Messidor had a sack off the edge. The ensuing 11-on-11 period came in the red zone. The first-team offense faced the second-team defense again. The Chargers and offensive coordinator Mike McDaniel tried to run the ball early in the period. On the first runs, linebacker Troy Dye was in position to stuff both. Herbert came back with a touchdown throw to Harris over the middle. The protection was solid on this play. The defense then stuffed a Vittle run before Herbert connected with Johnston for another touchdown from 5 yards out. The Chargers' defense tallied at least 6 sacks in 11-on-11, with 2 coming from undrafted rookie edge rusher Nadeem Tucker, who was one of the standout players of Tuesday's practice. Tucker showed off multiple pass rush moves on Tuesday. First, he beat rookie tackle Travis Burke cleanly on an inside move for 1 sack. In the next series, he beat rookie offensive lineman Logan Taylor on a smooth outside move. Later in practice, the Chargers' offensive line gave chip help to Tucker's side to double-team the rookie in pass protection. Tucker beat the double team to create pressure on third-string quarterback DJ Uyagale and flush him from the pocket. News and notes: starting left tackle Rashawn Slater left practice after the first 11-on-11 period and walked to the medical tent with trainers who worked on his left leg. Slater had his left knee surgically repaired after rupturing his patellar tendon last August. He did not participate in the remainder of team drills. Trey Pipkins, III, and Branson Taylor split reps at left tackle. Taylor had a good practice, including a win in pass protection while isolated on Messidor in 11-on-11. Advertisement Slater did participate in fourth-quarter finishing drills at the end of practice, which included planks. Herbert, speaking after practice, did not seem concerned. Herbert said he chatted briefly with Slater after the apparent injury, with Slater telling him that he wanted to return to practice. Chili Tuipulotu participated in one snap of a 7-on-7 period, but he continued to work off to the side during 11-on-11 drills. Tuipulotu remains in contract negotiations with the Chargers. Pipkins began practice as the left guard with the first-team offensive line. Once Slater left practice and Pipkins kicked out to left tackle, Kayode Awosika took over at left guard with the first team. Overall, the protection across the line was mixed. The Chargers only hit one noticeably successful run on the previously mentioned outside pitch to Hampton. The first-team punt unit included fullback Alec Ingold, tight end Charlie Kohler, long snapper Josh Harris, Gadsden, linebacker Delshon Phillips, linebacker Marlowe Wax, and cornerback Cam Hart. Receiver Darius Davis and running back Keaton Mitchell were the first returners back on kickoff return. Other players on the first-team kick return unit included cornerback Dean Leonard, Kohler, Williamson, Wax, Gadsden, Ingold, Phillips, and Harris. Cornerback Nico Reed made a tackle for loss on a run from running back Amber Johnson. Rookie cornerback Avery Smith rotated in with the first-team defense for one rep in an 11-on-11 period. Rookie safety Devin Grant made a tackle for loss on a Mitchell screen late in practice in the low red zone.